when I started the review, how did this incident start? This was actually started by a confidential informant. They have a reliable and confidential informant by the Grand Rapids Police. The Vice unit was out that night conducting operations. They got a tip. They got a tip that an individual would be walking around the city with a loaded firearm. Actually not a loaded firearm, but just a firearm simply. And so they started to investigate. They conducted surveillance, and they actually picked him up around Miss Tracy's. When I say picked him up, it was Mr. Johnson. He matched the description. They've used the informant before, and they actually have the Vice audio that kind of gives you a little bit of background on what was going on.
Like he's going to go into Miss Tracy, but he's not going to. Yes, he is. He's going to go into Miss Tracy.
Austin and I will tighten up. Call it when he leaves, when he steps out into the parking lot, and we'll move in.
Pretty loud. Again, DM, medium build. He has like a tan flannel with black underneath, black pants, black t-shirt, with tan hat. Looks like he's ready to grab that bike there. He's going to be riding that bike westbound on MLK. I'm 10 of them now.
Yeah, I'll be behind him, I guess. I've got him. He's singing real loud. He's westbound on the bike. I'll have it for a minute. No lights on that bike, so if he gets in the roadway, we'll be good.
So you hear that last thing, if there's no lights on the bikeway, if he gets in the roadway, we'll be good. It is a violation of Michigan law. It is a violation of Grand Rapids City ordinance to ride a bike in the roadway without a light. It did not have a light, so there's a legitimate basis for them to make contact and pull him over for not having a light. In addition, when there's reasonable suspicion under Michigan law, even using a confidential informant, you can conduct an investigatory stop. And I'll quote from People versus Tooks. It's 403 Mich. It's a Michigan Supreme Court case from 1978. Even when an investigatory stop is based, at least in part, on information from an informant, the critical inquiry remains whether the officer's suspicion was reasonable when considered in light of the totality of the circumstances. And this basically follows Terry versus Ohio. That's a United States Supreme Court decision, which basically says a reasonable suspicion test for determining the reasonableness of a stop. So they had a reliable, credible informant. The information that was provided to the vice officers gave them a reason to follow this guy. The information checked out. He went to Miss Tracy's as they were informed to. So they decided to make a stop of Mr. Johnson.